think that the reason most of us haven't done that is because we have privatized our faith, and we're fearful of people getting close because we feel like we are not ready and available to, we're not up to the challenge, if you will. We don't feel like we're spiritual, we're holy, we're good enough to be able to do that. Do you think that's a part of the reason why people are not doing it? Or we're too busy? We're too busy of the good?
Yeah, too busy of the good, not confident in their call.
Mm.
You know, as I say in the book, and I'm going to screw this up, and I wrote it.
That's the best. If anybody's allowed to screw it up, it's you. You can screw up your own stuff.
Yeah, thank you. As I say in the book, you know, every Christian is built to change the world, and they don't know it. And most churches are not structured to help them understand it. And so I do think that there is a lack of confidence. I think people have handed the role of world change to the megachurch, to the big voices. It's the go big. We've bought into that. It's the consumer idea that more is better. And more is never better in the kingdom. Better is better, and better is oikos. Anyway, so if you look at, and I again, follow the numbers, Travis, you'll always get to the truth. I'm a data-driven guy. Oikos is a metrics-driven ministry model. If you look at the percentage of Christians being serviced by mega churches, when I say serviced, I mean that in a positive way, being ministered to, attending the mega church or the large churches by mega gifted pastors, mega resourced communities. One of the things that I hide as a church is a little bit of an anomaly because it is a larger church in a poor community. And even your inner city churches that are large usually have some corporate presence that provides large dollars for the ministry. And we have no deep pockets here. We have none. And so we structure our ministry based on that. Anyway. But the average pastor, he's averagely gifted, or she, averagely resourced, small town America, mostly like where you grew up, as you shared in the pre-show.
Small town,
and they go to Catalyst, and I'm not condemning these conferences. These conference leaders are trying to pump us up, and I appreciate that. But we go sometimes to conferences and we come home and we just hang our heads and say, man, we can never do that stuff. We can't compete. I mean, the Dodgers, let's talk about them for a minute. The Dodgers are the most hated team in baseball for one reason. And I read this because I'm a Dodger fan. I took interest in the survey. It's because of the deep pockets the Dodgers have. There's an endless amount of money, which is why they signed Scherzer and Turner, at the deadline, and everybody else is just watching. Well, it didn't work out for them, but anyway, all that to say, you can look at large franchise level mega churches and say, man, I wish I could be that guy. I wish I could have a church in that community. I wish we could do what they do. Or you could just recognize the only reason those guys are talking and ladies are talking in front of large groups on the weekend is because of the Oikos principle. They may not understand that, but if they ask the question, they would come to realize it. And you have that same opportunity this Sunday with 100 people who attend your church. I mean, you probably talked to the small church pastor who's living in a community in the shadow of a mega church. I mean, how's a guy supposed to do that, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not your competition, brother. Our competition are the demons.
Yeah.
And they're like single A now since the cross. They can't even compete with us anymore. So you just train the people that show up. That God has given you the opportunity to mentor and lead and teach. Prepare, step 5, prepare them for their mission. Do it on Sunday morning, do it in groups, do it through the service opportunities, to the way you structure your ministry, but whether or not they make an impact for Christ is going to say, that's going to determine the future of your church family and whether you're solvent in 5 years. And even if your gifting level isn't going to ever get to the point where you're talking thousands, I'm telling you, you're going to talk hundreds. If you're talking dozens now, you will talk hundreds. And then some may say, yeah, I don't want to go to your church. I don't like your church. And that's when you say, that's fine. It's not my church. If you know Christ, you got an oikos. You go, son. You go, girl. Who cares if they attend our church? Who cares if we have to start another campus? I mean, I don't care. I've told that, about even through the pandemic, Travis, that's the number one message I have brought to all of these pastors that are saying, what do we do? What do we do? I say, relax, man. It's not your church. I mean, give Jesus a little credit here. But Tom, we got to meet in person, or we got to, and I say, God, gosh, man, just take a step back and a deep breath and recognize that Jesus is the head of his church, and none of this caught him off guard. And we're all going to be okay. I just want us to all be loving each other when it's over. And if we're going to do that, we're going to have to stop criticizing each other now. Because it's all going to be over someday, maybe. At least we thought. Something else may start. But we just got to stop all of the rancor and the angst and the vitriol toward pastors who do this, or they don't do it the right way, or, man, just prepare your people for their mission. It is all taking place in the front row seats of the people who attend their church on the weekends and in their groups. That's where kingdom is happening.